Most hypnotherapists are sitting on a gold mine, but charging garage sale prices. Welcome to the hypnotherapy revolution. I promise you that this next hour will be the most valuable hour you've spent growing or scaling your business this year. What if I told you that most hypnotherapists are undercharging by 50 to 300%? In the next 60 minutes or so, I'll show you exactly why your regression sessions could be worth $400 to $1,000 each and how to make that transition successfully without losing clients. If you find yourself resonating with what I share today and you want help implementing these strategies in your practice, I'll show you how we can explore working together. Why does the hypnotherapy industry need a price revolution? We've mindlessly copied the therapy profession's business model and pricing, even though we do much deeper work. While therapies like EMDR are finally starting to scratch the surface of the subconscious mind and emotions, essentially doing a form of waking hypnosis with fancier marketing, we dive straight into the subconscious mind where deep-seated beliefs, behaviors, and intense emotions actually live. We are not spending months or years talking through issues at the conscious level. We are going right to the source to create profound transformation. And that's why charging therapy level prices for hypnotherapy is like charging Honda prices for a Bentley. When you can help clients make deep, lasting changes in a fraction of the time it would take in traditional therapy, why wouldn't you price your services to reflect that value? We are not just another therapy modality. We're offering a direct line to the subconscious mind, and that's worth a premium. This is especially true when you use age regression and parts work. So why are we still following their business approach? Somewhere along the way, we bought into this belief that this is what we are supposed to do, but we are wrong. We are wrong because we've continued to maintain the status quo. We are wrong because we discount our prices. We are wrong because we compare our low prices to other hypnotherapists' low prices and hit a glass ceiling. We are wrong because we are treating profound transformation like hourly labor. We are wrong because we are too afraid to break away from a model that was never meant for us. And we are wrong because we are coupling our self-worth with our prices, which prevents us from acknowledging the real value hypnotherapy brings. This needs to change, and it starts with raising your prices right now, today, while building towards a business model that actually supports the profound work you do. This is what I help my clients with in my high-end hypnotherapist program. I recently had a client go from charging $200 per session to consistently enrolling $3,000 packages within weeks of implementing these strategies. It can be quite a mental jump to go from charging $200 per session to charging $5,000, $10,000, or $25,000. So building this muscle slowly helps your subconscious mind adjust to your higher prices. You don't need to wait to charge more, whether you're doing regression work, parts work, or helping clients make powerful shifts in their lives through other hypnotherapy techniques. You can and should be charging more for that transformation. Immediately. Not next month, not when you feel ready, but now. Picture this. It's Sunday evening, and you're dreading the week ahead. Your calendar is packed with back-to-back sessions at $150 each. You're exhausted just thinking about the energy you'll need to pour into each client. Your bank account doesn't reflect the emotional labor of your work, and you're wondering how sustainable this really is. Now imagine instead 3 premium clients this week, each paying you $5,000 for a transformational program. You're energized because you have the breathing room between sessions. You have time to process, prepare, and fully show up. Your income is doubled, and your client load has been cut in half. Let's talk about how you can raise your rates today. If you are newly certified and doing direct suggestion work with at least 15 practice sessions under your belt, you should be charging $200 per session, even as a beginner. I remember feeling terrified to raise my rates beyond $200. Now my clients invest $3,500 to $15,000 or more for my programs. If you're feeling that same fear, stay with me as I show you exactly how to make this transition with more confidence. If you are doing regression work, whether you're newly certified or still developing your skills, you should be charging between $200 and $400 per session because you'll go farther in one session with your client than they'll get in 3 years of talk therapy. If you're an experienced regressionist working with deeper issues like relationships, fears, phobias, anxiety, self-esteem, health challenges, and life transitions, you should be charging $400 to $500 per session. And if you're tackling the most challenging work, helping clients process severe trauma, helping them get out of abusive situations, PTSD, CPTSD, complex emotional issues, or weird or intractable situations, you should be charging $500 to $1,000 per session. These are the prices you should start charging today. And then we can talk about building towards those premium prices, $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000 programs or more that truly reflect the life-changing breakthroughs you create when you used advanced techniques and create programs that facilitate the outcome you promise. I can hear you now, though. No one's going to pay those prices. And I would have to agree with you. The people you're thinking about right now probably won't pay premium prices. The person who calls in and thinks that hypnotherapy sessions would be about $50 is not going to pay a premium. Or the person who wants to just try hypnotherapy probably won't pay a premium. That's why you need to choose a niche with an urgent and expensive problem to solve and market to them at the exact right point in their journey where they are actively looking for help. When you're ready to create comprehensive programs that get systematic results and market them to the right person at the right point in their journey, you can and should be charging $2,500 to $25,000 per program. If you're sitting there wondering how much money you're leaving on the table with your current pricing model, I'd love to jump on a call and take a look at where your business might be leaking money right now. We'll look at your real numbers and opportunities, and I'll tell you more about how to do this in a bit. When you solve costly problems, in many cases, you'll be the least expensive option. A single divorce can cost upwards of $10,000 just in legal fees alone, before splitting assets. Consider a professional woman struggling with panic attacks. She's missing important meetings, calling in sick regularly, and barely holding on to her position. She's not just risking her $50,000 salary. Her panic attacks are costing her another $50,000 in performance bonuses she can't earn in this state. So we're talking about $100,000 in lost income each year. And that's not even counting the very real threat of being fired. When you factor in the cost of finding a new job while battling anxiety, potentially at a lower salary, the financial impact becomes real. Let's talk about eating disorder treatments for a minute. A single stay at a rehab facility runs $40,000 when you pay privately. And most clients end up going back multiple times because they're not getting to the root of the problem. They're throwing $40,000 at it again and again for temporary relief. But when they enroll in a transformational hypnotherapy program, they can actually save money, even if you're charging a premium. You'll dive straight into the subconscious to tackle those deep patterns driving the disorder. You are offering real, lasting change for a fraction of what they'll be spending on that revolving door of traditional treatment. When you look at it that way, transformational hypnotherapy programs aren't just valuable, they are the smart investment. As an aside, when you work with serious issues, you'll want to be part of a collaborative care team. Before we move on, take a moment to mentally calculate how much you can make right now. If you doubled your current session rates, what would your monthly income be? Make a mental note of this amount as I share more about how this is possible for you. By the way, I'm Aminette Burgueño. I'm a master hypnotist and business mentor. I help introverted, sensitive, or intuitive hypnotherapists get more clients at higher prices for $10,000 to $30,000 months without single sessions or low-price packages by selling a transformational program in a way that feels good and aligns with your values. When it comes to setting premium prices, remember this: you are not McDonald's. You're not selling the same thing at the same price to everyone. What you offer is far more personal. It takes your energy, your expertise, and your focus. If a client's situation is more complicated or needs deeper work, it's okay for your pricing to reflect that, even for that individual person, because their situation is unique and you need to carry them through it. You have the flexibility to adjust your rates to match the time, effort, and skill it takes to truly support each client. Now let's talk about who can't afford higher rates. It's commonly taught by coaches who teach hypnotherapists to charge premium prices that 99% of people have the money for premium price programs and just choose not to invest in themselves. That's not true. And it's a way of casting blame on the person or you for not closing the sale. Or they frame it this way and say that if a person's child was dying, that they'd go out and find the money. Think about that for a minute. That feels pretty bad, doesn't it? We want our potential clients to have an urgent need for our services, but we don't want them to be in crisis, and we certainly don't want to compare investing in our services with finding money to save a child's life. The reality is that not everyone will be able to afford your services, and that's okay. You won't be marketing to those individuals anyway. You'll carefully select a niche that has more disposable income. Yes, it'll still be a thoughtful investment for them. They might put it on a credit card, but they'll be able to comfortably manage those payments and pay it off. Sure, you'll always have those people who say they can't afford your services, then post their Hawaii vacation photos on social media a month later. Maybe they just chose different priorities, or maybe we didn't communicate our value well enough. But here's the thing. We can't point to these examples and say everyone can't afford it, because that's just not true. Not everyone can afford premium services, and that's okay. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what about the current economic situation? With all the instability coming from Washington right now, aren't people spending less? It's true. Many people are holding back on spending due to economic fears and uncertainty, and I get it. The political climate has created real financial anxiety for a lot of people. But here's what's fascinating. Even in the most uncertain times, there are always people actively seeking solutions to their urgent problems, and they have the resources to invest in those solutions. In fact, I've worked with more than one client who's told me they have over $100,000 in cash literally buried in their backyard. Economic uncertainty doesn't affect everyone the same way. For some people, their problems are so pressing, so urgent, that solving them takes priority regardless of what's happening in the economy. These are the clients who are still investing in solutions, and these are exactly the clients you will be working with. This is why choosing the right niche with an urgent problem is so critical. When someone is suffering from debilitating anxiety that's threatening their career, or when their relationship is on the verge of collapse, they're not putting off solutions until the economy improves. They need help now. So yes, while many are tightening their spending, there's still a substantial market of people with both the need and the means to invest in premium hypnotherapy solutions. Your job is to position yourself to reach them. For example, Keisha, one of my clients, tripled her income after implementing these exact pricing strategies. She now feels much more confident charging rates that reflect the true value of her work. Now I can practically feel your heart yearning to help everyone that crosses your path. Hypnotherapists have great big giant hearts and love hypnotherapy so much that they want everyone to experience it, regardless of their financial situation. It's a sentiment I share too. What you can do is make friends with a newer hypnotherapist who's dying to work with clients to develop their techniques and refer that person to them. Or, once your business is more leveraged by charging premium prices and financially healthy, you can serve a certain number of clients each year for a much smaller fee. I've been working with someone with a disability on and off for years who can only afford $50 a session. They're on SSI, and it's a thoughtful price for them on that limited income. So there's ways around your valid concerns about wanting to help people in need to get the support they deserve. Now let's talk about the inner conflict that happens when you raise your prices. It's kind of like parts work, isn't it? There's a part of you who genuinely wants to raise your prices to reflect the transformation hypnotherapy brings. And then there's another part of you who tells you you are selfish for charging more, that no one will pay those prices anyway, or makes you feel guilty and reminds you that you got into this because you want to help as many people as possible. This part of you will tell you that you're taking advantage of people or that you're here to help and not charge as much money. And let's not forget about the part of you who is bought into the idea that you're supposed to charge what you're worth and wrap your identity with money. Let me tell you that your self-worth has nothing to do with money. These are two separate things. And when you uncouple your identity with what you charge, it frees you up to charge for the actual value of hypnotherapy and your skills as a hypnotherapist. So how do you work with this protective part of yourself that wants to keep you safe in your endeavor to charge more? The key is to acknowledge it and normalize its good intentions of wanting to keep you safe and protected from these unhelpful beliefs. Together, you can work through those feelings and reframe these beliefs to a more neutral perspective, and you both can step into a new identity, the identity of someone who charges for the value of hypnotherapy alone. Many of us in the healing professions were conditioned to believe that our work shouldn't focus on money. We were told that wanting more income somehow makes us less dedicated in helping others, and we feel guilty for it. This conditioning runs so deep. It's like this protective part of ourselves that thinks charging premium fees means we're not really in service. But what I've discovered in over 11,000 hours of work with my clients is actually the complete opposite. When you charge appropriately for the transformation you create, you're actually honoring two things at once: the incredible value of your work and your client's commitment to their own healing. I've seen it again and again. When clients invest at a level that reflects the true value of the transformation, they show up differently. They're more committed, they do the work, and they get better results. So proper pricing isn't just about your income. It's actually about creating the conditions for your clients to experience the profound transformation they came to you for in the first place. Now, this goes without saying, but I still really feel like I need to say this. Your client should always come before your bank account balance, and you should always be striving to become the very best hypnotherapist you can be, even if you're a veteran. Many of you came into the field of hypnotherapy because you had a problem you were trying to fix. You were in a vulnerable situation and you were searching for help because you probably tried a bunch of different things to solve your problem and it didn't work. Maybe you were feeling a bit desperate in your search and you were just praying to God that you'd find someone to help you, and you didn't care if you had to put on a foil hat to make it all happen. I was similarly in a situation where I was searching for help. I have a heavy trauma history that includes severe ritualistic abuse. My trauma was demanding my attention in my late 20s, and I was desperately searching for help, only I was searching for therapists. That was a terrible experience for me, and I wound up being re-traumatized within the system. Thankfully, I found one great therapist who helped me for a couple of years, but it wasn't until I learned to regress myself that I started to heal. So I think that we can all relate to being in a vulnerable situation and searching for solutions. That's why I feel that we need to be the very best we can be for our clients, because they are really counting on us. Now, what might be running through your mind is, am I skilled enough to charge these premium rates? Remember what I said earlier. You should always be improving your hypnotherapy skills and techniques. But you are not charging for years of certification. You're charging for the valuable transformation you create through those skills. Your clients invest in outcomes, not credentials, and you're already delivering those outcomes. Another concern might be, what if my calendar empties when I raise my prices? In reality, when you position yourself properly, you'll attract more committed clients while working less, and we'll cover exactly how to make this transition smoothly. For me, age regression, parts work, and other advanced techniques represent the very best that hypnotherapy has to offer, and I believe these techniques in program format are what can easily command premium prices. I'm a fan of all types of hypnotherapy, and I've used all of them in my practice at one point or another, but those are my favorite. I've logged in over 11,000 hours of age regression with a focus on severe or really weird trauma, and these techniques come out the winner every time. Now that you know what you can raise your prices to, you may feel inclined to create a package of sessions, or maybe you've already done this. You may also offer a discount for your package, thinking that will be more motivating for your client to buy it. This is a mistake, and here's why. You're trapping yourself in the dollars for hours model, and what's the first thing your client does in their head? They do the math and figure out how much each session is to see what they're saving. Instead, you need to be charging for the transformation they'll receive. Take a moment to think about your current clients. Which 3 individuals have experienced the most profound transformations through your regression work? These are exactly the type of clients who would be more likely to invest in premium programs. But how do you do this ethically? You'll need to create a system to codify your process and create a program that takes them from point A to point B. Point B is the transformation they'll get once they work with you. This is where hypnotherapists tend to get tripped up. You might stop yourself from moving forward because you might screw yourself about guaranteeing the result, especially when you charge premium prices. But your program, when designed well, will do the heavy lifting for you and offer your clients the greatest chance at achieving the result you promised. And here's a pro tip. When you include a custom hypnosis recording in your program, it will ensure that your clients get the result you promised when done well. Now here's another pro tip for those of you who already make custom recordings for your clients. Don't flip the script, meaning create suggestions that are the opposite of the problem your client is experiencing, even if you work that out in the session. Instead, you'll want to create more neutral suggestions for your client's subconscious so it doesn't eventually reject them. This is something I teach my clients to do in my high-end hypnotherapist program. I teach them how to create custom hypnosis recordings as thorough as the work they do in their regression sessions. It's a very thoughtful process, and it's incredibly powerful. Now, before we move on to understanding the foundation for heading in the right direction to become a high-end hypnotherapist, you need to understand how to make money in any business. In order to make money in any business, you need to first understand how to make money, period. You have to have that fundamental understanding first and foremost. A lot of people complicate making money in business, and they look to a million different steps to make this happen. But the key to making money in any business is simple. There's only 2 steps that you're ever taking when you make money in your business. You create an offer and drive traffic to it. Once you understand this, it allows you to inject cash into your business. You have to have something to offer people to buy, and you have to have people to sell it to. So by presenting your offers to the right audience, nurturing them, converting them into paying clients, and delivering outstanding hypnotherapy services, you set yourself up for success. But what often happens is that confusion sets in because there are different types of traffic and different types of offers that are free and paid. So you might create a free hypnosis recording and promote it on Facebook to get people on your email list. That's a free offer and one traffic source. Or you may have a low-priced course that you promote to your email list. That's a paid offer and another traffic source you're promoting your offer to. The challenge most people have is focusing on too many things without clarity. They build funnels, create free gifts, work on courses, create trainings, and create endless content without a clear goal in mind. So when you understand that there are different types of offers and different types of traffic, you'll increase the likelihood of getting someone to take the desired action. Having a successful hypnotherapy business comes down to two things: creating compelling offers and connecting them with the right audience. Everything else supports these two core activities. Something I've noticed is that hypnotherapists typically fall into two categories. First, there are those on the cash roller coaster. Their income fluctuates wildly, busy one month, scrambling the next. They are constantly hunting for clients, often offering discounted sessions or low-price packages just to stay afloat. If this is you, your focus needs to be on stabilizing your income, increasing your rates, and attracting qualified leads who value your work. Then there are those who are constantly booked, seeing 10 to 20 clients weekly. They're making decent money, but they're seriously undercharging. Even if they're hitting six figures or more, they're working themselves into the ground to get there. For these hypnotherapists, it's about scaling intelligently, charging premium prices for transformational programs while actually working with fewer clients to make the same or more money. So depending on which category you fall into, your answer completely changes what you should focus on next. Now, let me show you the exact framework that will make these premium prices not just possible, but inevitable. This same framework helped me transition from $200 sessions to programs ranging from $3,500 to $15,000 or more. It's not complicated, but it is powerful when implemented correctly. There's one thing that will help you live the life you want and make the money you want more than anything else. It's your business foundation or model. Now, I know this may seem boring, but this is what helps your business take off and helps you charge premium prices. Right now, many of you are building your business on quicksand. You wake up wondering where your next client will come from. You feel that pit in your stomach when a client cancels and there's no one to fill that spot. You're constantly torn between marketing yourself, which drains you, and serving clients, which you love. Contrast that with standing on solid ground, knowing exactly who you serve, how you help them, and having a system that brings qualified clients to you consistently. Imagine the mental freedom of not constantly worrying about where your next client or paycheck is coming from. This is what having a proper business foundation will allow you to achieve. There are 5 core components that form your business model. These components apply to all businesses, including hypnotherapy businesses. The first component is all about attracting a steady stream of potential clients to your hypnotherapy business. It's all about doing the right things to reach your target audience and draw them towards your services. There's traffic that's your own, such as an email list, that you borrow from other people who serve your audience, or that you pay for like a Facebook ad. You can get started with growing your traffic today by connecting with your ideal client on social media. Let's say Facebook is your primary platform. You can clean up your friends list and start requesting to connect with people that represent your ideal audience. That way, when you post your content, the right people will see it. That's a traffic source. And with any traffic source, unless it converts, it's worthless. So you'll need to work on conversion as an ongoing effort. Once you've attracted potential clients to your hypnotherapy business, the next step is nurturing those relationships. This involves building a connection, establishing trust, and providing value to your prospects. The third component is all about turning those potential clients into paying clients. This is where you create those transformational programs we talked about. Not just packaging sessions together, but designing real solutions that get your clients the profound changes they're looking for. And then you need to help them see just how powerful hypnotherapy can be in creating those lasting breakthroughs they want. The fourth component is all about delivering your hypnotherapy services and programs at the highest level. This is where you shine, doing deep transformational work with your clients, giving them an incredible experience from start to finish, and helping them achieve those breakthroughs they came to you for. When you consistently deliver amazing results, you build the kind of reputation that makes clients trust you completely and refer you to everyone they know. The last part is how you run your hypnotherapy business. It's about handling tasks, organizing workflows, and creating systems to outsource efficiently. When you do this, everything runs smoothly. You become more productive, and your business can scale. Are you staying with me so far? Let's break it down a bit. Now that we've covered the components of a business foundation, let's look at some of the vital pillars you need in order to position yourself to charge premium prices. The first pillar you need to focus on is identifying a niche. Many hypnotherapists are generalists because that's what they were taught to do, or they follow what all the other hypnotherapists are doing. Now, if you're new or newer, I actually recommend being a generalist for a time. This is because you'll gain a lot of experience and you'll quickly understand what problems you enjoy working with and the ones you don't want to work with. You'll also get to know the kinds of clients and personality types you work best with. Once you've been in the trenches, it's time to choose a niche. This is a real growth opportunity for many of you because hypnotherapists usually feel that they want to help everyone. I've been there myself, but you have skills that are suited best for your ideal clients and the problems they face. For me, that's working with severe trauma, anxiety, and all the weird things. And you'll have something that you excel at as well. Now, you may be thinking that hypnotherapy works regardless of the issue, and I hear you. It's an incredible tool, but we all excel in certain areas. The work that excites you most and where you see the deepest transformations, that's your signpost showing you where to focus. There's something important to consider, though. The niche you choose and the problem they have needs to be urgent. They need to be in a place in their journey where they are highly motivated to solve their problem, and they need to have the purchasing power to afford your premium rates. And your marketing message across the internet and on your website needs to speak directly to this person at the right point in their journey where they are ready to reach out for help. This will help position you as an authority in the eyes of your potential client because you'll be speaking directly to them about their problem and they'll feel like you're in their head with them. You may be thinking that you'll lose business if you do this, but what happens is you'll gain higher quality clients who are willing to invest in their success. If you're wondering which niche would work best for your specific skills and goals, that's something we can explore together in a strategy session. By the way, no one really cares about hypnotherapy, so when you write your content or copy, talk about the problem your client is experiencing and the result they'll get once they work with you, and not so much about hypnotherapy. When you connect with them by phone, that's your opportunity to educate them about hypnotherapy. And no one really cares about your certifications. I've done well over 1,500 sessions, and I think I've had 2 or 3 people ask me about my training. So if you're feeling like you can't move forward because you don't have the right certification, your clients probably won't care. But remember, you do always need to be improving your skills. The second pillar is your signature system. A signature system is the steps you consistently take to help your client go from point A to point B. You need to identify these steps to ensure you're moving your clients along so they'll have a very high likelihood of achieving their goal. Basically, you'll codify your unique system that helps them get the transformation. The third pillar is your offer. Your offer is very important because it will act like a vehicle that gets your clients what they want. There's 5 components to a good offer. There's the name of your offer, and ideally, the name of your offer has the result they'll be getting in the name. For example, my program is called the High-End Hypnotherapist. It lets you know right away what the goal is and what we'll be working towards. So when you name your program, make sure it's results-oriented. This makes it really easy for someone to understand your program right away. Then there's momentum. That's some sort of quick win or something that helps them get into action quickly. And then there's services, what you do with them or for them. Examples are support in between sessions, live retreats, one-on-one work, or Facebook group access. And then there's content. That's video or audio training, workbooks, step-by-step instructions, or supporting audios like affirmations, meditations, or hypnosis recordings. And then there's bonuses. That's more services or content, done-for-you services, guest expert bonuses, a physical gift, or live tickets to a mastermind or retreat. And you can have additional bonuses depending on when someone signs up to add urgency. The most important thing is that your offer is congruent and ideally priced at a premium. It needs to be what the potential client needs and wants to buy. By the way, here's a pro tip. Your content is pulled from your signature system and your offer. That way your potential clients will already be believers in the way you work and your methodology. The fourth pillar is your sales and marketing system. I prefer organic content marketing, YouTube, and a Facebook group with specific questions you ask upon entry that can help turn the person asking to join into a client quickly. This ecosystem helps nurture your potential clients so when they're ready to buy, they'll reach out to you. I know a lot of hypnotherapists lean on referrals, but they aren't as predictable even when you're strategic about it. And your referral situation can change. One of my main people that sent me referrals sadly passed away. So you want to have as much control in your business as possible. And that's why I'm a fan of marketing done with an introvert approach. So you'll need to understand the sales process and how to conduct a discovery call. Sales calls are magical, and that's where you'll grow as a person, and you can serve your potential client at the highest level. I want you to fall in love with sales calls in the same way that you love your hypnotherapy sessions. Sales calls are actually where you'll do some of your deepest work, both on yourself and with your potential clients. When you get this right, enrolling premium clients becomes a natural extension of what you already do well in your hypnotherapy sessions. You're already great at guiding a client through a process. You do it in every hypnotherapy session. Sales calls aren't that different. You're taking them through a structured process and asking questions that help them see what's really going on. You're still helping them uncover what's keeping them stuck. You're still guiding them to their own insights about what needs to change. The only difference is that instead of taking them into trance, you're helping them make a clear decision about transforming their life. Once you get this, sales calls stop feeling weird and start feeling like what you're already great at, helping people break through their limitations and see what's possible. Then they can decide if they want to enroll in your program. So sales can go from feeling really challenging to much more aligned and purposeful. Phaedra, another client, was already generating discovery calls but struggled with closing premium clients. After working together on her sales process, she signed a $10,000 client right after our intensive session. To help you with your sales calls, I created a free sales call training that covers the framework you'll use in the call. It's a high-level overview and will help you right now as you double or triple your rates, based on the information you learned earlier about what you can charge based on the different techniques you use. To access the training, go to my website, relaxedmindandbody.com, and click on the Help for Hypnotherapists navigation tab. I've tried to include lots of resources on that page to help you get started with charging high-ticket prices. The fifth pillar is your brand. Your brand is not just your website, logo, graphics, and colors. Your brand consists of who you're marketing to, or your niche, your messaging to your niche, your brand personality, the visual elements that support that message, and who you associate with publicly and professionally for shared goodwill and trust of their audience and yours. For example, if someone has an established brand with a large audience of your ideal clients, and they promote your services to them, all the goodwill and trust they've established with their audience is transferred over to you. In order to have a clear brand message, you'll need to choose a niche, and there needs to be enough work in the niche to support your decision. To uncover your brand personality, you simply need to bring out more of who you really are and what makes you happy. For myself, I tend to be more direct while embracing playfulness, so I brought those elements into my brand. And I also love things I grew up with, like rotary phones, so I've brought those visual elements into my brand. So you can list out your characteristics, traits, and interests to uncover your brand identity. Your visual branding is the last part in your branding process, but it's the part most people start out with. As you've learned, you need to first find your niche to determine your messaging, as well as uncover your brand personality. Then you'll choose your brand colors and create your graphics. Keep this in mind. The longer your brand stays generic, the more money you're leaving on the table every single month. By the way, I have a free brand assessment where I personally look at your brand and messaging to identify exactly what might be holding you back from attracting clients willing to pay premium rates. To get a brand assessment, just head over to relaxedmindandbody.com and click on the Help for Hypnotherapists navigation tab to get started, and click the link towards the top of the page. The sixth pillar is your content. The purpose of your content is to attract, nurture, or convert your audience through your messaging. Your messaging is a foundational pillar in your business. When you create your content, speak to the problems and desires your client is experiencing at the exact time where they are the most likely to reach out for help. You want to get to know your ideal clients so well that they feel like you're in their head with them. And you always want to communicate the perceived value of your offer. This is so important because of market sophistication. Everyone has heard it all before, so you really need to differentiate yourself and your offer so you can stand out in the crowded marketplace. The seventh pillar is your online presence. You need to be positioned as an authority in the eyes of your potential client online. This includes social media platforms, testimonials on directories, and your website. Your website needs to do much more than act as an online business card or brochure. It needs to have a purpose. And when you charge premium prices, the main goal of your website is to direct your potential client to a discovery call. And all your content should be created to either attract, nurture, or convert your client to book a discovery call. Now, I really feel that I need to call attention to the fact that most hypnotherapy websites need to be current. I'm not sure why, but somehow we got stuck in the past with our website design. I used to have a really ugly website with my head floating at the top of the page on a drag and drop line, like literally a line that you pulled over and I just plopped my head on top. My website colors were crazy, and I think I had like 5 different fonts. And while it still made me a lot of money because it was set up to promote a discovery call, it really wasn't doing me any favors. So your design needs to be updated, and you'll need more than a one-page website. You need a home page, an About Me page, a Contact Me page, a Testimonials page, and ideally a blog. And all your copy on your website needs to speak to your clients' problems, and you need to help them see that they can get what they want when they work with you. These 7 pillars aren't optional. They're the foundation that allows you to confidently charge premium rates while attracting ideal clients who value your work. To help you implement everything we've covered today, I've created a premium pricing roadmap guide that walks you step by step through this process. This free resource will give you the right steps to take now to start raising your rates confidently. It's located on my website, relaxedmindandbody.com, when you click on the Help for Hypnotherapists navigation tab and access it by scrolling down the page a bit. This will get you started in the right direction if you'd like to become a high-end hypnotherapist with a boutique business model. A boutique business model is where you charge a premium, like we talked about, but you'll work with a handful of clients so you can focus on living and doing more of the things that make you happy that are actually outside of hypnotherapy. Here's what most hypnotherapists get wrong. They build their business first and try to fit their life around it. But that approach leads to burnout and resentment. Instead, I want you to flip that model completely. Start by designing your dream life first. How many days do you want to work? How many hours? What activities do you want time for? What kind of energy do you want to have at the end of your day? Then build your business model around that life vision. This is why the boutique business model is so powerful. It's intentionally designed to support your ideal life while still creating the income you desire. When you work with fewer premium clients, you create the space to live fully while actually making more money. A boutique business model is wonderful because you don't have to worry about burning yourself out as an entrepreneur. It's an easygoing business model that becomes a vehicle for your dreams. Imagine transforming from an overworked practitioner constantly chasing the next client to a respected expert with a wait list who works fewer hours while making more. This isn't just about income. It's about reclaiming your time, energy, and passion for the work. Let me paint two different pictures for you. In one, you're working 5 or 6 days a week, seeing 15 to 25 clients, constantly feeling that introverted energy drain. You're helping others heal while your own well-being suffers. Your family gets your leftover energy, if there's any left at all. In the other picture, you see clients just 3 days a week. You wake up naturally without an alarm. You have entire days dedicated to recharging your introverted battery. You're making much more money while working less. Your clients get your best because you're not spread thin. This isn't just a business model. It's a complete lifestyle redesign that honors who you truly are. With that said, here's where you might get stuck. You may try to manifest your results. It's advantageous to have the universe on your side, but wishing for things to come to you in place of action will only hold you back. You may not be listening to your intuition. Think of your intuition as a function of your subconscious mind. When you tap into your intuition, you form a deep relationship with your subconscious mind, and this can propel you forward in your business. Not committing to a niche. Not developing your marketing and sales skill set. Not setting up your business for growth. Not seeing yourself as the CEO of your business. Not treating your business as your first and most important client. Not taking strategic, courageous action. Here's some action steps you can take today. Raise your prices immediately based on your skill level. Create a 90-day income target that motivates you to implement premium pricing into your practice. Choose or refine your niche by listing the top 3 problems you excel at solving and the clients you most enjoy working with. Update your website messaging to focus on the person you help and the problem you solve, rather than hypnotherapy techniques. Let's recap. Here are the core principles you've learned. Price based on transformation, not time. Hypnotherapy creates profound change that deserves premium pricing. Here's what you can charge now. For direct suggestion, that's with 15 plus practice sessions under your belt if you're new, $200 per session. Regression work, new or developing, $200 to $400 per session. Experienced regression, $400 to $500 per session. Advanced work with trauma or PTSD or other interesting issues, $500 to $1,000 per session. And premium programs from $2,500 to $25,000 or more. The next principle you've learned about is that hypnotherapy is undervalued. We've mindlessly copied therapy's business model despite offering deeper, faster transformation. We are charging Honda prices for a Bentley. The next principle was to create programs, not packages. Design comprehensive transformational programs instead of simply bundling sessions. When you structure work strategically, you create more value for clients in your business. The next principle is to specialize in a profitable niche. Focus on specific problems where clients both have urgency and the ability to pay. You don't need to work with everyone. Select a niche with disposable income, focus on clients ready to invest, and know that it's okay that not everyone can afford your services. The next principle is to develop a signature system. Codify your approach into clear steps that reliably take clients from problem to desired outcome. The next principle is that business success is simple. Making money requires only two fundamentals: creating compelling offers and driving the right traffic to those offers. The next principle is that you need 7 pillars for premium pricing. You need to choose the right niche, create your signature system, develop your offer, build sales and marketing systems, define your brand, create content strategically, and establish your online presence. The next principle is that you need to separate self-worth from pricing. Your value as a person has nothing to do with what you charge, so price based on the transformation's worth. The next principle is to build a boutique business model. Work with fewer premium clients rather than many low-paying ones to create sustainability and to prevent burnout. The next principle is to create a business that supports your life. You'll start by designing your ideal life, then build your business to support that vision instead of the other way around. The next principle is to create custom recordings to ensure success. Including thoughtfully crafted custom hypnosis recordings helps ensure results and justifies premium pricing. The next principle is that sales is service. Discovery calls can feel as natural as hypnotherapy sessions. You're helping clients see what's possible. Next is that ethical pricing honors transformation. Charging appropriately creates conditions for clients to value and commit to their own healing process. Next is to take strategic, courageous action. The opportunity cost of delay is enormous. Implementing these changes now creates immediate income growth. And the last principle is that premium positioning requires all elements. Your website, online presence, and brand must reflect your premium positioning to succeed. And here's a bonus insight. You won't be able to sell high-ticket programs if you don't offer them. The greatest hypocrisy in hypnotherapy isn't what we tell our clients. It's charging $150 for transformations worth thousands while preaching that mindset creates reality and believing it for them, but not for ourselves. What I've noticed is that hypnotherapists believe in unlimited thinking for their clients, but completely abandon those principles when it comes to their own pricing. Many learn exactly what to do and feel excited about it, and then do nothing. They keep thinking about it, planning to do it someday. Every month you wait to make this shift is another month of revenue you'll never get back. The opportunity cost is enormous. 6 months from now, you'll either be looking back at this moment as a turning point when everything changed, or you'll be in exactly the same place you are today, possibly even more burned out. Imagine the new year arriving and you're celebrating having doubled your income while cutting your hours, feeling confident about your premium rates and the profound work you do. Or imagine still struggling with the same pricing doubts, still exhausted from seeing too many clients at too low a rate. The difference between these two futures comes down to one decision: whether you take action today. If you're sitting there wondering how much money you're leaving on the table with your current pricing model, I'd love to jump on a call and take a look at where your business might be leaking money right now. I call this your high-end hypnotherapist strategy session, an intensive 45-minute conversation where we'll uncover exactly how much money you're leaving on the table right now. You'll walk away with a clear roadmap showing how to potentially double or triple your income in the next 30 days using the exact pricing framework I've outlined today. Hypnotherapists who implement these strategies often see an immediate $2,000 to $5,000 monthly revenue increase. Here's what we'll cover on the call. We'll look at your current prices and determine the premium rates you can be charging right now. We'll explore possible niches to target, and we'll explore a big income goal and how you can work your way towards achieving it. And if it makes sense for you, we'll also explore if the High-End Hypnotherapist program can help you reach your goals. I want to take a moment to address something I know many of you are feeling. The idea of booking a strategy call might bring up some anxiety. As an introvert myself, I get it. You might be worried about being pushed into something or feeling put on the spot or having to defend why you're not ready. Let me ease those concerns. These strategy sessions are designed specifically for introverts. There's no pressure, no awkward pitching, and absolutely no judgment. It's simply a space where we'll explore what's possible for your business with the same depth and thoughtfulness you bring to your hypnotherapy sessions. I've structured these conversations to feel comfortable for people who prefer to think before speaking and who value authentic connection over small talk. You'll have plenty of time to process, and I promise you'll walk away with valuable insights whether we end up working together or not. In fact, the structure of these calls reflects exactly what I teach: how to conduct sales conversations that honor your introverted nature while still being effective. So you'll not only get clarity on your business direction, but you'll also experience firsthand how sales can feel aligned and energizing rather than draining. To schedule your call, you can also visit my website if that works better for you at relaxedmindandbody.com, and remember to click on the Help for Hypnotherapists tab to get started. Here's the thing. As a fellow introvert, I can only deeply connect with a handful of new hypnotherapists each month before my energy gets scattered. I choose to work with just 3 to 4 new practitioners at a time so I can really get in there and understand what makes your business unique. When I spread myself too thin, no one gets my best work, and honestly, I practice what I preach: fewer clients, premium rates, exceptional outcomes. It's the same boutique model I'm teaching you to build. These strategy sessions are limited to people who are ready to make this shift right now, rather than those who are just curious. So if you're feeling that pull to transform your practice, that's your sign to book a call while I have the space to work with you. And with that said, I'm looking forward to connecting with you.